So I finally got around to making a video about the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 demo. Aside from the impressive cinematic chase sequences that you've probably already seen by now, that sequence is only slightly interactive, to be honest, and the real star of this demo is the Explore City option. Now, you've probably all seen that too, but what you may have missed is that there's actually a few challenges throughout this map and plenty of stuff to find. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. When you're first able to control your character, you'll see some control prompts on the left of the screen. If you open the menu and then open World Settings, I'd suggest turning off the Matrix filter, as the city looks much more vibrant without that green tinge to it. Then if you select the city map, you'll see 25 different icons marked on it, and that there's actually one right in front of where you are now. Which I have to say, surprisingly few YouTubers even noticed, as they mostly just walked off to explore. The icon marks the location of this plaque, and when you approach it, you'll see that it explains that all of the icons on the map are plaques, but what it doesn't tell you is that aside from facts about the city, some of them have little challenges, and the yellow ones actually have a function. The quickest way to get from one plaque to another is to fly, and it's here when you realise just how detailed this city is. Even the tops of the skyscrapers have minute details on them, including actual text on the warning stickers, albeit flipped the wrong way, but it's still impressive. And you can look through the windows of almost every apartment or office in any building and see that they're actually three-dimensional and have furnished interiors. You can even find Easter eggs like Trinity's bike chase from the Matrix Reloaded on the TV. Once you've found a yellow icon plaque, you find out that they're to enable the night lighting in the city. It explains that it showcases an experimental night lighting mode, and after switching to night it becomes clear how the lighting works, and it's basically that all of the light sources are from the actual streetlights, or even the light from all of the windows in the buildings and the reflections from the glass. It looks even more incredible when you fly up and take a look from the sky, as you can really see how effective this new technique is at lighting the entire city for as far as you can see. And the ray tracing from the glass buildings really enhances this look too. And amazingly, despite the light source effectively being from the apartments themselves, you can still see all of the interiors in detail when you get close enough, so this really is impressive stuff here. It's also, by the way, much easier to find plaques at night, as they literally glow up green from a distance, only morphing into a kind of matrix effect when you get closer to them. The reason this is handy is because the plaques aren't always on the ground and sometimes can be on top of buildings, so it's much easier to find them when they're glowing up green. So, many of the orange plaques simply give you information about the city or the technology used to create it, which is interesting enough, but not exactly fun really. So, it's great that they've made a handful of them a bit more interactive by giving you little challenges like looking for Easter eggs or asking how fast you can go in the sports car, etc. Of course, trying to go as fast as possible across this populated city without hitting a pedestrian or crashing spectacularly is not easy, but it's a challenge in itself, I suppose. The best spot I've found to try it though is this orange icon here on the map, and once you've flown over there and approached the plaque, you'll see that it's actually challenging you to see how fast you can drive from the north to the south of the city. So all there is to do now is find one of these gorgeous sports cars, and after marvelling at how good it looks, it's time to risk smashing it up. After lining myself up by the plaque to start, I realised that the street ahead was looking a bit dark and gloomy, so I thought I'd open up the world settings again and change the sun rotation to brighten up the road. Now, if I wanted to have the best chance of seeing just how fast I could go in this thing, then I also had to take advantage of the traffic density setting and reduce it to 0. Yes, that does make it less of a challenge, but I was mainly interested here in the car's highest possible speed, so having no other vehicles on the road was pretty much the only way to do that. Surprisingly though, after getting up to 100 miles an hour fairly rapidly, it then took quite a long time to creep up any higher than that, so I don't know, maybe that's a bit realistic, but I just about clocked 148 miles an hour as I was running out of road, and I started to brake only for the car to then seemingly flip over nothing and then roll backwards into the wall, taking out a pedestrian in the process. You don't get a prize or anything for, completing this challenge, but it was still a bit of fun, and of course you could always try it again with traffic next time for some added difficulty. Truth be told though, there is only so much you can do in this demo, but it's still a lot more than people realised, I'd say. Now I won't spoil all of the Easter eggs or things to do because it's much more fun to try and find them all yourself in my opinion. This demo is also an amazing glimpse into the future of gaming graphics, but I'm not convinced that it's going to be possible just yet to have a fully realised game with this level of detail, as the demo alone was making my PS5 creak from the heat of running it after a couple of hours. And I'd be a bit worried about running it for any longer than that if it was a full game. Still, this is an entirely free demo, so if you wanted to take a look and see for yourself, it is definitely worth it. So that was a bit of a change in my usual content on the channel, but I really wanted to share this with anybody who hadn't already seen it. And if you enjoyed it, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.